West winning this one, 83-75. Taurasi with 24 points. Miami Heat training in Florida at Hurlburt Field near Eglin Air Force Base all week. Josh Elliott has led our live coverage from the Heat's training camp, and with more, good morning, Josh.
Well, good morning, fellas. And yeah, we are here at Hurlburt Field where the Honor Guard run through some color drills. Yesterday afternoon, again, just a slice of life here in the Florida Panhandle as our continuing coverage of Miami Heat training camp continues now, entering its third day. Jalen Rose along with me here, some 600 miles to the north and the west of American Airlines Arena. A decision made by Heat President Pat Riley to bring his team here, a quest in a journey to take back what another team, Jalen, already possesses. They want the rings that those two-time defending champion Los Angeles Lakers have won for themselves the last two seasons. It was something that our Rachel Nichols discussed with the Big Three earlier this week.
Now, the Lakers are the defending champions, and there's a lot of basketball to be played. But when you guys look at the teams right now, where do you think you match up right now?
Well, I mean, we have to practice and stuff first. Yeah. You know, I think a lot of people are putting a lot of weight on us because of what's happened. You know, of course, we expect to be successful, but we have to work together. They have played 200 games in the past 2 years together. It's business as usual for them. We're coming in like, okay, how are we going to do this? What's going to happen? We have to get acquainted with each other. We have to still gel together.
You've been looking at some expensive real estate, $50 million range. Christine just bought a very nice house, spread over there.
Yeah, rumors. It's all rumors.
Was there any thought, I mean, you know, we have the Big Three, the Three Kings, whatever you guys end up calling yourself. Are you going to be the three roommates? I mean, you could all crash together. What are you thinking here?
Well, we're not going to do that. Do that one.
You're not that close, is what you're telling me.
We're close, but we're not that close. Exactly. We're going to spend enough time together as the season goes on. You know, shoot around, games, you know, we got a lot of stuff. We'll be probably wanting to get away from each other this time.
All right, I got a quick question for you guys. I need you to all answer at once without thinking of the political thing to say.
Oh, the camera roll? Always got to think of the political way to say it.
All right, so on three. 1, 2, 3. Which one of you guys is the biggest star?
These guys right here.
The biggest star on this team is the letters in front of on our jersey. Right. The Heat is the biggest star on the team. Because whenever they say our name, they say Miami Heat guard, Miami Heat forward, Miami Heat forward. The Miami Heat is the biggest star.
5 years. How many championships are we talking about? 3? 4?
We hope 5.
5?
Man, that's what we hope.
Just like everyone else.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But we go out there and we'll see what happens.
Jalen, not to be underestimated, again, as the Big Three there themselves just mentioned, it's a team in the Lakers, at least that starting five, that has had a lot of experience playing with one another. Lamar Odom, the super sub, coming off the bench. But it's a two-time defending champion team that did make some additions in the offseason, addressing some issues perhaps with the second team. What did you make of all the moves that the Lakers made?
The #1 move was at the front of the bench. Phil Jackson is back. Oh, and by the way, he's only seeking his 4th three-peat, okay? With that being said, you bring in Matt Barnes, you bring in Theo Ratliff because you have injuries to bind him early. And also Steve Blake. A lot of people haven't seen this young man play. He can potentially be the type of point guard that can not only finish games but knock down clutch shots. To go with Lamar Odom coming off the bench, they really solidified what they've done for not only the starting unit, which we know they still have Kobe Bryant, by the way, who's a pretty good player, and Paul Gasol, one of the top power forwards in the game. So now the Lakers are right there, and plus the competition has gotten weaker in the West. So I look for the Lakers really to be a strong team and defend their championship and be a three-peat again.
You mentioned Steve Blake, something of a prototypical point guard for that triangle offense. Again, as you mentioned, the guy who can knock down a shot and figures to be on the floor at the end of games. You also, it's hard to imagine that a two-time defending champion team in Los Angeles has essentially been lying in the weeds most of the offseason, of course, owing to the team that's practicing in Adderhole Gym, the building directly behind us. What, in your opinion, has the creation of the Big Three done for the Lakers and really the rest of the league?
For the Lakers in particular, nothing at all. Kobe Bryant is happy with the fact we haven't been bothering him all summer. He's been spending time with his family, walking around the house with his robe on, his championship rings, just chilling. But the other 28 teams, they're jealous. Why are there so much on the Miami Heat? Why so much coverage towards that team? Well, they only have Pat Riley, an executive, as well as a coach, one of the best basketball minds that we've seen, and they put together LeBron James, who's been a two-time MVP, Dwayne Wade, who won a championship in 2006, and Chris Bosh, one of the top 12 players in the league. So they're going to get the props. And always, players say, we don't care what the paper says, what they say on TV about our team. That's a lie. Everybody cares. That's just like saying you're in the stock market, but you don't follow what's happening in stock. No way. So everybody is motivated by this, and it ups the ante, which is good for the other teams, but it's a bullseye for the Miami Heat.
They talk about lying. We should shout out to a member of our team here now missing. John Barry had to take an early flyer on his way to London and Wales for some reason. But JB and I thought you were lying all week. You said you wanted to jump into things here at Hurlburt Field. And, well, there is a jungle right across the way. It's the obstacle course, and it's fair to say that yesterday they have gotten the better of our Jalen Rose. Take a look.
There's like 16 different stages of this thing. I think the over-under is 5.
In here.
The lighthearted nature of it perhaps lost in the moment. I will say, you're a decorated professional athlete, and yet I have never seen pain ripple across a man's face quite like you may have been experiencing yesterday. But take us back through what you did. It began as something of a lighthearted venture, but it certainly, by the end of it, didn't seem so.
There's an obstacle course here called the Jungle, and there's 17 movements on the Jungle. Let me tell you the name of some of them. The belly buster, the rope crawl, the cargo net, the gladiator swing, the rope wall. There's a gentleman, my instructor, that has done that in 8.5 minutes. The time, energy, and passion these men and women have dedicated not only to this Air Force base, but to our country is tremendous. Something that I can't do as you see, but I took one for the team, and I tried it. And there are a lot of people at home with the remote in their hand. Ah, look at Jalen, look at Jalen. It's hard. It tests every inch of your body, from your pinky to your pinky toe. Trust me, it's tough.
Shut
sled, and I tried to do it.
You're going to have some lactic acid issues, I think, well into next year. And I want to echo something you just said. Again, the men and the women that we have met all week, who have hosted us here all week, sacrificing for our freedoms. It is a sacrifice that is very hard to put into words. We've had a chance to talk with some of them, hear their stories. They are stunning stories indeed. It is, again, always important to remember exactly what it is happening here when we're not talking about the Big Three and the Miami Heat. Something that we'll be doing, of course, all week long as we look ahead to the most anticipated NBA regular season in memory. For Jalen Rose, Josh Elliott, let's send back to the boys in Bristol.